Students, today we are going to discuss the topic Biot-Savart's law. Biot-Savart's law. Before we start with, I like to recapitulate few things. You have done magnetic effects of current. You are very well aware that whenever a current passes through a coil or through a wire or through a conductor, whenever current passes through a conductor, a magnetic field is produced around the conductor. You read this? Oersted's experiments and all the basics of magnetic effects, that whenever current passes through a flows through a conductor, there is presence of magnetic field around the conductor, similar to the field we did in electrostatics. Static charges, they produce electric field, whereas the moving charges, the current, produces magnetic field. So due to current flowing in the circuit, there is always a magnetic field in the circuit. Now, what is the magnitude of magnetic field? How do we calculate this magnetic field? That was given by the scientists Biot and Savaret. So that is known as Biot-Savart's law. Biot-Savart's law is an important part of magnetostatics. So according to Biot-Savart's law, what Biot-Savart's law tells us? Suppose this is a conductor. This is an infinite long conductor. We have to find magnetic field at any point P around the conductor. So Biot-Savart's law tells us how to calculate the value of magnetic field at this point P near the conductor. Now suppose that magnetic field we have to find due to this infinite conductor. Firstly, we will find the magnetic field due to a small part. Let us say AB. So AB is a small part, let us say having a length dl. So AB is a small part having a length dl. I current flows through the wire, through this conductor. Then there is a term called current element. When I current flows through a length dl, then this term I into dl, this is called current element. So our problem is we have to find magnetic field at this point P due to this wire, and we'll firstly find due to this small portion of wire AB, which is called current element, at a point P whose distance from this current element is small r, and theta is the angle between this current element and the point of observation. So this Biot and Savaret did this. So according to Biot-Savart's law, according to this law, what does this law tells us? According to Biot-Savart's law, the magnitude of, according to Biot-Savart's law, the magnitude of magnetic field at a point P due to current element AB, is, number 1, directly proportional to, we are taking the magnetic field dB because this is the field produced due to a small element. So the magnetic field is directly proportional to the length of the current element, that is dB is the magnetic field produced. So dB is proportional to IDL. dB is proportional to IDL. Second point of Biot-Savart's law is that this magnetic field is directly proportional to this, theta is the angle. So it is proportional to sine of angle. Sine of angle between the current element, sine of angle between the current element and line joining the observation point. That is, see, this is the current element AB and BP is the line joining this current element to point P. So angle between them is theta. Then magnetic field is directly proportional to sine of this angle theta. That is, more will be the angle, more will be the value of magnetic field. And number 3, it is inversely proportional to the square of distance between the current element and observation point. So current element is AB and observation point is P. So distance between these two is BP, which we have taken it as R. So dB is inversely proportional to R square, that is 1 upon R square. So these are three terms. dB is proportional to current element, ideal. It is proportional to sine of theta, and it is inversely proportional to R square. When we combine these three, what do we get from combining these three? We get dB is proportional to IDL sine of theta upon R square. Or if we remove the proportionality sign, what do we get? We get a constant K, ideal sine of theta upon R square. So this value of K was experimentally determined by Biot and Savret, and this is called, value of K is mu naught upon 4 pi, where mu naught is called permeability. Mu naught is called permeability of free space. So in vacuum or in free space, value of constant is dB equals to mu naught upon 4 pi. Mu naught is permeability of free space and value of mu naught is 4 pi into 10 the power minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. So this is called permeability of free space. So this equation comes out to be, this equation of Biot-Savart's law becomes dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi ideal sine of theta upon R square. Got it? So this is the equation of magnetic field. This gives us the value of magnetic field at any point P when the current flows through the conductor. So magnetic field due to a small portion of the conductor, due to a small current element, we say. So this is value of magnetic field, where mu naught is a constant, which is called permeability of free space. Now because we did earlier about electric field that it is a vector quantity, so similarly magnetic field is also a vector quantity. So this gives us this value, this Biot-Savart's law, this gives us magnitude of magnetic field. So this gives us just the magnitude. So this gives us the magnitude of magnetic field. What if we have to talk about direction? We already did this right hand screw rule and all those laws which gives us the direction. So to find out the direction in vector form, this law is given as in vector form. So in vector form, how do we write it? In vector form, vector is what? Magnitude plus direction. So magnitude is dB equals to mu naught upon 4 pi ideal sine theta upon R square. Okay. when we have to write it in the vector form, so vector form will put a vector sign over arrow over dB. So this is magnitude multiplied by direction. So let us suppose that direction is given by r cap. R cap is the direction. So unit vector r cap. So this unit vector, we know unit vector is equal to what? This is vector upon magnitude. So if we substitute this value, here IDL, current element, is also a vector quantity. So we'll put a arrow over IDL. So what do we get? Mu naught upon 4 pi IDL sin theta upon r square multiplied by unit vector is what? Vector upon magnitude. So we get mu naught upon 4 pi ideal sin theta upon r square into r is r cube, and ideal is a vector and r is also a vector. So you did it A cross B. We did it in the last class that A cross B is equal to AB sine of theta. We did it vector product, you remember. So here ideal cross R upon ideal cross R into sine theta. So two vectors multiplied by sine theta, we can write it as a vector quantity. So in the vector form, we get the Biot-Savart law as dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi ideal cross R upon R cube. And you know the property of cross product, the cross product is always perpendicular to the vector containing to the plane containing the two vectors. So this was our ideal. Ideal is along this direction, okay, and the line joining, that is along this direction. So the direction of magnetic field will be such that it is perpendicular to both the line joining the observation point and the current element. So direction is always perpendicular to both of these. Line joining the current element, this is the current element and this is the observation point. So direction will always be perpendicular to both of them. dB is given as mu naught upon 4 pi ideal cross upon r cube. This is the vector form of Biot-Savart's law. And another thing, we defined this mu naught as permeability of free space. So what will be the units and dimensions of mu naught? So if we use this units and dimensions of mu naught or permeability, in general it will be for permeability. So units and dimensions of mu naught, if we write from this equation 3 from 2, so from equation number 2 we get mu naught is what? Mu naught is equal to dB into 4 pi into r square upon ideal sine of theta. So when we have to write the units, so units will be units of dB. dB units, they are magnetic field is measured in Tesla. Unit of SI unit of magnetic field. So SI unit of magnetic field is called Tesla. We denote it by a capital T. SI units of magnetic field is Tesla. So dB units are T, Tesla T. 4 pi is a constant, so it does not have any unit, multiplied by r square. R is length, so it will be given in meters, divided by I. I is current in ampere, dl in meter, multiplied by sine theta. Sine theta has no units. So units of mu naught, they come out to be meter and meter cancels out. Tesla into meter per ampere. So units of permeability, they will be Tesla into meter per ampere. SI units of mu naught is Tesla meter per ampere. We wrote it here equation 4 pi into 10 the power minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. So these are the units. As far as dimensions are concerned, so for dimensions again we'll be writing the dimensions. So for dimensions of mu naught we'll be using mu naught, dimensions of mu naught, they will be equal to dimensions of magnetic field. So dimensions, we did it in the last class. Dimensions of magnetic field are m1 L0 T minus 2 A minus 1 ampere minus 1 multiplied by dimensions of this R. 4 pi has no dimensions, it is a constant. Dimensions of R square, that is L the power 2 upon I into dl. So I is ampere into dl, that is length L. Sin theta is a dimensionless quantity, it does not have any units or dimensions. So dimensions of mu naught come out to be m1. L here is 0, here is 2, here is 1. So 1 in the denominator, 1 cancels out. What do we get? L1 T minus 2 A minus 1, and here is A1. So it will also be minus 1, A minus 2. So dimensions of mu naught M1 L1 T minus 2 A minus 2. Okay, is that clear? So this is called Biot-Savart's law. It helps us to find magnetic field. When we get magnetic field due to a small current element, we can integrate that and we will get the magnetic field due to the whole of the conductor. So this is very important part of magnetostatics, Biot-Savart's law, which gives us magnetic field produced due to a current flowing in current carrying conductor. I hope this is clear to you. Thank you.